I just talked to Musk the other day,
Yeah.
but Musk went in on his own path.
Yes, he did.
Bernie was the one that kind of jump started all of us, but Musk and his dad are really the true first of our family to get there, and Musk took a whole different route, and really was a cool route the way he went about it, and through the CBA, before it was a D League. If only people remember the CBA, the Florida Beach Dogs, and he learned both sides of it over there, where he was head coaching and running the front office stuff, and he really created his own pathway to it, different than ours, and I owe Muss a lot because he gave me my first assistant coaching job in the NBA.
At
Really,
in
really
Golden
sight
State. Yeah.
unseen. It was just a USD thing. He trusted Chris Grant. He trusted Mike Brown when they said, "This is the guy." Muss and I did not know each other very well. We just knew of each other.
How about that?
And man, he just pulled me up, and he and I have been close ever since. Like I said, yesterday we were just texting back and forth about some kids that I should look at, and I'm begging him to teach me something about offense. So we got a cool family, man. We got a really cool thing, and we all look out for each other. We all root for each other. Obviously Mike Brown right now is doing his thing in the finals, and what a full circle redemption story that is. Being let go by Cleveland twice, and now being the guy, the head coach of the other team that can tear their hearts out. And that's a heck of a storyline.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, Eric's one of my best friends, and we worked together in Orlando, and we coached against each other in the CBA, and and then I replaced him at LSU. I mean, you talk
Yep.
about this is just crazy, and I had to talk him into coming to LSU before that because my daughter had gone here, and so I knew this place, and he's really one of the basketball geniuses that I think are
Oh,
out there, and he knows personnel. When he was in the CBA, I used to tell my friends, I'd already been 15 years in the NBA, and I used to tell my NBA friends, Eric Musselman is better than any GM in the NBA.
phew.
He knows every player in the world where they are.
Every single one.
Yeah, and
Yep.
you'll love this, Viz. He right now with his college program at Nevada, when he sits down and has a recruiting meeting, he was telling me the other day in a podcast that he talks about the players that they're going after. If the kid's a
Mm-hmm.
great player, he says this is a lottery pick. and,
Right.
and then he talks about transfers as free agents. He makes
Mm-hmm.
it the language that he knows, and I
That's what
think
he knows.
that's
That's what he
brilliant,
knows,
and
and
that is
it's
absolutely brilliant.
like you said. I think you really phrased it right, and I don't think enough people know that about him. Is he is a basketball genius. He is offensively. I don't think I've ever been around somebody that is so innovative and understands how to attack matchups. Understands how to teach teams to run without, he doesn't, and he never overdoes it. He teaches it enough to let the players play within the framework. Those Golden State teams that he had, those teams could score, man. And that last year when I was there with them, we were so banged up, but we still scored at a high level. Uh,
And if you ever tell people about who was on Eric's team at Golden State, it's like an all-star team of what they turned into.
right.
With the Gilbert Arenas and Antoine Jameson and Jason Richardson and all these cats that he had. I mean, these kids,
Babies.
Troy Murphy, and all these
Hmm.
guys. I mean, you know, he and Saint, they put together a pretty good squad. They just weren't patient enough, I don't think.
No, they weren't. And, I think if you just look at the contracts of the guys that Muss had that year and what they went on to do, Eric Dampier ended up going to Dallas after that, making a huge contract after playing for Muss. Adonal Foyle was another guy that got a huge contract after playing for Muss. Mike Dunleavy. You had a lot of guys, that came through that Golden State system that were, you know, that got contracts after playing there,
Great point.
which was really cool to see. And a lot of that had to do with the way Muss allowed guys to play freely and really, all be a part of the game.